Hello my dear children, welcome to my class. How many of you want to increase your memory power? In this class I am going to teach you a finger technique to improve your concentration and memory power. Well, today we are going to discuss an engrossing topic in democratic politics, that is the gender, religion and caste. In the democratic form of government, always the social differences are desirable because we live in a country in which we have unity in diversity. So here let us start with gender discrimination, that is gender. So it is one of the basis for social discrimination that leads to social division. So gender here, the differences between boys and girls are natural and it is unchangeable. It is not only based on biological but also from social expectations and stereotypes. So we have these differences in our country from ancient times, from so many ages, and it starts from hierarchical social division through the ranks, through the society itself. So how these social expectations create these differences among these boys and girls. In our country, boys and girls are brought up and the responsibility of women is meant to work inside the house and their responsibility is to bring up the children, not to work outside and not to have any equal opportunities compared to men. They have to be inside and they have to do all the cleaning work, washing and cooking and bringing up the children and taking the responsibilities of all the family members. So here stereotypes, how the stereotypes brings up discrimination or the differences between boys and girls. Stereotypes is a system in which the people come to the conclusion or they give the judgment by seeing their faces. For example, girls, that is in our country, girls meant for crying. So they are very weak, even physically and mentally. They can't do work outside. They have to be inside the home before 5:30 to 6. So in the late night they can't work. It is not safe for any girl to be outside. So like this we have several expectations in the society, and also there are so many restrictions for girls in our country. And stereotypes. This lead to sexual division of labor. It is a system in which all the housework, that is the housework, washing, cleaning, all the work is meant for women, and it is done by women of the family and or either by the domestic helpers, but they are not supposed to go outside and work. But men will go outside and they work and they'll earn for the family. It's not that men are not aware of the work which is done by women. They know the work, but they are also involved in the work of women, for example tailoring and chef cooking in restaurants and hotels, and even the marriages we have seen the catering is all done or dealt by men, but it is paid. If the work is paid, men will take up the work, but they think that all this work it is meant for women. That leads to sexual division of labor. Here so many feminists and even the several feminist movement have started to provide the equality for personal and also political equality for men. So their equal rights must be given for personal life and also political life for women. That is called as feminist movement. And the basis of differences also were seen from the patriarchal family. So what is this patriarchal family? It is a family in which the head of the family is the father. If the father is head of the family, that family is regarded as patriarchal family. So in the same way, patriarchal society means the men dominates the society. That is called as patriarchal society. So like this, the gender discrimination goes on from the ages, and there are gender bias even in sex ratio. So many years and in several places in our country, we have seen the parent, they prefer male child, not female child. They want boy baby. So in order to have this check, they just wanted to know with the sex of the baby in the womb, and they also bought it so many female babies. So because of that, the ratio, sex ratio on 2011 census, it was just 914 out of 1000 male babies. So even that sex ratio is also declined, and property inheritance was not provided before. Only after the feminist movement and the struggle only they got even the suffrage rights and also property inheritance. Women have proved their excellence even in education and also job opportunity. They have grabbed many job opportunities. They have excelled as lecturers, engineers, doctors, lawyers, and even judge, and in several areas even in pilots also. In most of the countries like Scandinavian countries like Sweden, the public life, that is the participation of women in public life, is too high compared to India. Even though they work, they have excelled in all the fields. As we all know, we have several examples. But still, the salary which is paid is low compared to men. So even we have Equal Remuneration Act, but still the salary which is we have salary bias or discrimination and the low paid salaries. Women are getting low paid salaries. And illiteracy, most of the people or the parents from village side, they are not willing to send girls for high school, even though they pass their lower primary. Even though they excel in higher school, they are not ready to send for colleges. So there will be so many dropouts. That leads to illiteracy. So according to the census, 54% of female compared to 76% of male. Literacy level of men is 76%, whereas the female literacy level is 54%. And even there are domestic violence. So what is this domestic violence? It is nothing but the violence, physical harassment, and even girls are not safe even at home. There are abusement and personal harassment is going on, and they are not safe outside the house as well, even in the society. So that leads to domestic violence. So in this way, there are so many gender discrimination between male and female. So in order to provide equal opportunities, she should have the representation, equal status. Women's status must be provided in political affairs. Unless she get the political rights, it is not possible to solve all these problems. Then she cannot have the personal rights and also political rights. Till now, we have 10 lakh representatives in local self-government because of 1/3 of the reservations or 35% of reservation. But this is not seen in Lok Sabha election. Even we have not reached 10% of the elected representatives because we are just reaching the 5%. So why this is happening? Even though there are so many feminist movements, they have more demands in order to get even the bill. It is not passed, it is just on the table. The 35% or 1/3 of reservation is not provided in legislature, state legislature. So we have not, even though the CM and PM, if we have women, the cabinet ministers are dominated by male. If women representation is more in political rights or political representation, then only the discrimination between men and women can be solved. Well, children, in the next class we discuss in detail about the differences of religion and caste, and this is the time to learn an exercise in order to increase our memory power. Fold your fingers like this. In the right hand, you are going to put out the thumb finger, and in the left hand, little finger. And now, left hand thumb finger out and little finger from your right hand. Yes, do it fast. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Make it fast. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. If you do this exercise for just 1 minute, your concentration level and the memory power will be increased. Thank you.